traveler on the field with conquest playing in the background. 11 combined national titles for two of the winningest programs in the history of college football. First sellout here at the Coliseum since 2013. Over 92,000 expected for Texas and number 4 USC. Rob Stone, Robert Smith, Heisman winner Matt Leinart, the coach Dave Wannstedt here with you. Two true blue bloods in college football colliding.
18-yard line. Jones breaks a tackle and picks up the first down on his second effort. Nicely done. Chris Nelson finally ushers him out of bounds.
There was 3 Longhorns with a chance on that left side. You're going to see all 3 of these guys have an opportunity to stop Ronald Jones behind the line of scrimmage, and they all kind of knock each other off the tackle, and he's able to get a second effort and make a conversion.
First down at the 15. 2:50 to play in the first half. Darnold looking left, steps up, throws, touchdown, Deontay Burnett.
Burnett has been quiet all night long. We'll see if he was in. He just needs a body part. There's his elbow. It's going to be awfully close because the process of that elbow coming down might have hit, but their knee was also coming down in bounds. It's going to be close. They'll take a look, I'm sure, to make sure of it. What an effort from Burnett. Again, we saw him lay out last week for a touchdown, and he
ruling on the previous play of completed pass and touchdown is under further review.
Deontay Burnett last week caught 9 balls for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns against Stanford. What do you think, partner?
You know, that knee is down. He just needs a body part. He needs control, a body part, and then controlling it through the process of going to the ground, which he has. I say it's a touchdown.
Dean Blandino, our rules analyst, what do you think?
I agree with Joel. It's that left knee. Remember, it's control, body part down, and then does he maintain control? Call on the field should be confirmed.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Deontay Burnett. Last 3 games, including the Rose Bowl. Prior to this one, 29 catches for 427 yards and 6 touchdowns.
And that defense did a great job, but when Darnold gets on the move, Gus, he's so dangerous.
McGrath for the extra point. And SC finally on the board. 6 plays, covering 37 yards. They score in 2:16.
Darnold is so dangerous when he is creating, and he doesn't have to leave the pocket necessarily. He wants to go left, and watch how his eyes maintain downfield, and he's not even open. Speaking of Burnett, but Darnold throws him open, throws him to a spot. That's great trust from Darnold, knowing Burnett can get out there, make the catch, and he does, getting himself in bounds. That's what is so difficult to defend.
And talking to the coaches, Joel, yesterday, they talked about Darnold's intangibles, how he has an ability like a Magic Johnson or a Jason Kidd to look one way and throw the other way.
You saw a little bit of it there because to the naked eye, there was nothing there. But Darnold throws it to a spot where he sees an opening. He sees things that are not there for normal quarterbacks. That's why people are so excited about Sam Darnold.
Over at their own 23-yard line with 30 seconds remaining and 1 timeout. Darnold over the middle. And picked off! Watch out! Deshaun Elliott! Touchdown Longhorns! Woo! This defense lights out!
Jalen Green has the ball put on the money, and you can see the reaction, hands right to his head, and Elliott picks it off and finds himself in the end zone. This defense has been sensational in this first half.
And for Texas, after not scoring a non-offensive touchdown last season, the Longhorns have 5 in 3 games.
Ruling on the previous play of interception and touchdown is under further review.
They're going to review whether this ball hit the ground.
Will be the final play of the first half. Darnold needs time. In trouble. Scrambling. Checks it down. Over the middle. Ronald Jones in the open field. Hits the corner. Got a great block. Unbelievable. 56 yards. Touchdown USC.
The exact thing Tom Herman was trying to avoid on the snap previous, was allowing Ronald Jones to have the ball in the open field. Darnold with an amazing play to get himself out of the pocket, and then the intelligence to just get the ball to Jones in the open field, and he takes it in for a touchdown. Stephen Mitchell, credit with a great block down the field.
After a scoreless first 27 minutes, we've got 3 touchdowns in the last 240. USC hits the locker room with a 14-7 lead.
Here Darnold thinks he's going to go left, gets out to the right. That's the smart play. He just gives it to a playmaker, and here comes the block. Stephen Mitchell, bam! And it's lights out for Ronald Jones.
And that's it for the first half with the score. USC 14, Texas 7. After a quick commercial break, we'll send you to Greg Wolf in the studio. Sam Darnold.
Well, we'll see what type of magic this kid has. He had a little to end the first half. No timeouts, Gus, so every throw is going to have to be beyond the first down marker or outside of the numbers. The Texas defense has got to understand that.
First down and 10 at the 35. Darnold over the middle. And it's caught by Deontay Burnett at midfield or close to it. Where do they need to go to get in field goal range?
At least the 33-yard line.
Darnold spikes the ball to stop the clock. No timeouts for SC. 30 seconds to go.
Texas has got to maintain their aggressive nature here. If they sit back and try to play prevent like they did in the second half, they'll give up way too many yards. And also understand where Ronald Jones is on the field.
Second down and 10. And Texas calls a timeout. Both teams out of timeouts now. And remember, SC's kicker missed his only attempt in this game, a 46-yarder. Did not attempt a field goal in the first 2 games. Chase McGrath, he's a walk-on.
Saw him in kicking in practice. The limits of his range is around 48 yards.
Second down and 10 of the 48. 30 seconds to play. Darnold in trouble. Darnold jump pass. Carr down at the 30. '21-yard gain. And SC spikes it. They're in range for a field goal.
In range, but it's still the limits. Gus, they've got 22 seconds, no timeouts. Darnold cannot throw the ball short of the first down inside the numbers. He does that, and it's likely to end the game unless they can get a spike quickly.
2nd and 10 at the 31. 22 seconds to go. Darnold looking over the middle. Mitchell with the catch. And he's down at the 10. Stephen Mitchell with a 21-yard pickup.
14 seconds. You have at least one, maybe two shots at the end zone before they come out and try to attempt the game-tying field goal.
No timeouts for USC. The drive started at the 35. 1st and 10. Darnold fires and incomplete. Deontay Burnett. 8 seconds to go.
Great pressure from that Texas defense. It started with their middle linebacker, Malik Jefferson. He was working on the true freshman running back, Stephen Carr. He's the one that forced Darnold out of the pocket. Watch Carr try to block Jefferson, just a total mismatch, and Darnold had to get rid of it as Charles Omenihu was in on the pressure.
2nd down and 10 at the 13. 8 seconds to play. No timeouts for SC. Darnold sprints out, looks, throws, and incomplete with 2 seconds to go. And here comes the field goal unit. Chase McGrath was 13 for 18 in his final 2 years at Mater Dei. He's from Newport Beach, California. Walk-on, freshman. This one from 31 yards away. And he nailed it. 17 up.
What a kick. Woo, ice water running through your veins right there, young man. And he had to hit the laces. What a drive from Darnold. 2 scoring drives now late. First half, they get a touchdown. Clay Helton sees his team drive the length of the field to get the game-tying field goal, and Sam Darnold was magnificent because he understood the situation. He knew when he had to kill the clock. He knew when he had to burn the ball out of bounds to stop the clock. That was just a beautifully orchestrated drive from number 14.
And back in 2006, when these two teams met in the national championship game at the Rose Bowl, it was magical. The rematch for the first time in 12 seasons. Magical.
Overtime. Each team will get a chance to score 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Each you'll get one more timeout.
As you take a look at the overtime rules.
Winner of the coin toss.
We're going to flip this coin.
Elects.
Just like before, heads and tails. The winner can choose offense or defense or which end of the field we play on. The other team will get the remaining choice. All right? What's your call, Captain?
Tails.
The call is tails. Back up a little bit. And it is tails.
You want to play defense?
You want to play defense?
Oh, yeah. I'm playing not in.
Out in the field?
Let's go. It's time to go, baby.
Texas is wanting to toss. Be their ball, 1st down.
But who ball?
I'm sorry. Correction.
All right, coming up, overtime from Los Angeles, 17-17. Welcome back to the LA Coliseum. Our game is tied at 17. Overtime is brought to you by Tire Rack. Find, deliver, install smarter. TheRack.com, the official sponsor of Overtime. And this is how we got here.
It's been a sensational game, really dominated by the defenses. This was late in the first half. That was a pick six, but they came right back, USC, with 5 seconds left in that first half. Ronald Jones took kind of a Hail Mary in there, and Sam Ellinger led his team down the field, took the lead. Under a minute, Sam Darnold came right back, getting the game-tying field goal, and we find ourselves in extra time.
What's the strategy, Joel, quickly in overtime?
You know, overtime tends to be more about the passing game because the field is condensed and it's harder to run the ball. Neither of these teams has run the ball very effectively anyways. This game is boiling down to kind of a Sam Darnold, Deontay Burnett versus Sam Ellinger, Colin Johnson style of game right now.
SC will start from the 25. Darnold in the shotgun. Fires deep. Touchdown! Burnett! Partner! Burnett, 8 catches, 123, 2 scores.
You got to credit T. Martin because he's going to send a post route right across the face of the safety. And then you sneak in behind him with a second post route, which is Burnett, and he's able to catch the touchdown. That was Tyler Vaughn's number 21. He got the attention of the defense, and it allows Burnett to get separation and a little dat from the Hall of Famer, Matt Leinart.
McGrath comes in to attempt the extra point, and it's good. SC scores on the first play of overtime. Deontay Burnett to take a 24-17 lead. Now it's Texas's turn.
Overtime was always going to favor USC because they're the deeper team. They've got the more experienced offensive players. But Tom Herman and his team, they have shown some serious guts and some fight. Every time that they have been in a tough situation or behind the 8 ball, they have come out swinging. I expect them to do that here on this drive. Remember, they have not been able to run the ball very effectively at all. Their best offense has been number 9, Colin Johnson, or Sam Ellinger outside of the pocket creating plays.
First down for Texas at the 25. Ellinger hands it off. Here's the reverse. Hip Hill Maps looking and goes nowhere. Cameron Smith back in the game. Christian Rector joining him.
We've seen a couple of reverses for Texas tonight, and they have been successful, but it is so difficult to go back to that well because once the defense sees it a couple of times, they understand the movement, and they can react accordingly. That was a good stop there for USC.
2nd and 10. Ellinger spinning. Throws, nobody there. And this may be a penalty against UT, and it will be.
Your best players have to force the issue, and Uchenna Nwosu forced Tristan Nicholson into a hold with a great pass rush.
Holding. Offense number 75. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Here's Nwosu, and he's going to get upfield, but then he's going to dart inside. And that inside move right there is what forces Nicholson to grab his jersey and bring him down to the ground. Had to hold him there. Ellinger had no chance. But now this is a tough situation.
2nd and 20.
They've got to double cover Colin Johnson. He's the wide receiver to the top of your screen.
Ellinger looking for Johnson. Over the middle, first down. Johnson ran a great route. Caught that in heavy traffic. Amon Marshall brings him down.
I have no idea why they didn't double cover him. They had 2 USC players playing nobody down low in the intermediate zones, and Johnson was working deep. Great throw by Ellinger. Great catch by Johnson for the first down.
Johnson, 7 catches, 191 yards. First down. Ehlinger looking over the middle, caught. Lorenzo Joe lost his footing. If not, he could have jogged into the end zone.
Oh my goodness, he slipped and fell down. He had the touchdown. He's going to walk in, and he just loses the left foot, goes down to the ground, but he does get a first down. So it'll be 1st and goal here coming up, Gus.
At the 3-yard line. Chris Warren in the backfield. Hip Hill Maps in motion. Ehlinger sprints out, looks, backside, throws, wide open, touchdown Longhorns. Cade Brewer.
What an answer from Texas and Sam Ehlinger. Here's Cade Brewer here, and they're going to fake the block, and then he's going to head all the way across the field. The eyes of the defense follow Ehlinger. He gets all the way outside the hash mark and then throws to a wide open Brewer back on the other side, and Cade Brewer, the true freshman, with the biggest catch of his life.
Joshua Rowland for the extra point and the tie. And it's good. 24-24. SC and Texas in overtime here in LA. Second overtime coming up. Highlighting what happened back in 2006 in the national championship game, which turned out to be one of the greatest games in the history of college football. This one turning out to be a classic as well. Ehlinger 3 for 3 for 35 yards and the touchdown in the first overtime. Ehlinger bottled up and sacked. Christian Rector, 5th sack of the day for the Trojans.
Great inside move from Rector. Beating that backup tackle, Denzel Okafor, trying to create some pressure on that Longhorn quarterback. They were in this exact situation in the first overtime, 2nd and long. Who'd they go to? They went right to their playmaker, Colin Johnson.
2nd and 18. Ehlinger underneath. Hip Hill Maps.
Give this true freshman quarterback a lot of credit, because now he's recognizing coverage very well. He saw the double coverage over Colin Johnson, so immediately he gets the ball to a wide receiver and allows him to run after the catch and creates a more manageable situation here for 3rd down.
After the 11-yard gain, 3rd and 7. Ehlinger throws on the move, caught, 1st down UT. At the 10-yard line, Chris Warren.
I knew we were coming to see a great game. I knew that we were coming to see a quarterback that could create outside of the pocket, make plays down the field. I just didn't know that that quarterback was going to be Sam Ehlinger. This kid has had quite a performance tonight. I mean, just a sensational second half. He has been very gritty and tough, running for 1st downs and making great decisions here in crunch time.
1st down at the 11. Ehlinger runs it with space, lowers his shoulder, and gets inside the SC 5.
Great push from the offensive line. Ehlinger wasn't touched until he was about 5 yards down the field. Boy, he's taking some punishment tonight.
8-yard gain, 2nd and 2 at the 3. He runs it again. And it's stripped. SC has it. The Trojans force the turnover.
Christian Rector was a USC player. He's going to come in from the left side here. Big number 89, and he's the one that rips the ball out. Warren couldn't jump on it, and USC gets a huge turnover.
4 turnovers for Texas today.
Boy, just sick to your stomach for Sam Ehlinger and that offense. They played so well to get to this point, but Rector makes the play, and now for USC on offense, you've got to be a bit more conservative because you just need a field goal. They are still looking at this. I imagine they're looking at his forward progress to try to establish if it was done, or that was pretty quick. I think this is going to stand, certainly. And it will. Gus, those are things that just don't happen in high school. There's not players of that size and strength level that can rip the ball out of your hands. And as a true freshman, there's no way to recreate that in practice.
So SC can win it with a field goal. Sam Darnold has to manage it. Jones. And Jones will gain a half yard as Malik Jefferson comes up with another hard hit.
This guy's vision is just out of this world. Watch how far he goes to his left immediately, finds the gap, and bang, again behind the line of scrimmage. Malik Jefferson has been absolutely brilliant tonight from his middle linebacker spot.
No gain, 2nd and 10. Stephen Carr in the game now. Remember, he's dangerous out of the backfield. Catching the ball. Darnold looking. Darnold fires. Touchdown SC! Tyler Vaughns. Oh, he dropped it. They call it incomplete.
Vaughns is going to the ground. Does he have control? The ball clearly hits the ground. He doesn't have control there. That is an incomplete pass and an excellent call by the official. The ball can touch the ground as long as you have complete control, but the left hand slipped off the ball while it was on the ground.
As the ball hit the ground, incomplete pass.
If he would have had firm possession, Gus, with both hands and it touches the ground, that's a completion. But when the left hand came off, he loses control. At that point, when the ball hits the ground, it's an incompletion. The officials were all over it and made the correct call.
Third down and 10. From this point, it'd be a 42-yard field goal.
Yeah, and that is not a comfortable attempt for Chase McGrath.
Darnold avoids the rush. Incomplete. And now 4th down.
Wow, what an effort by this defense. What an effort by this defense. Jefferson again was in the backfield, forcing Darnold to step off of his spot, throw it before he wanted to, and now McGrath with a chance to win it.
He missed a 46-yarder earlier. He sent the game into overtime, tying it at 17 with a 31-yard make. They officially say this is from 43 yards away. Budrovich is the holder. And a timeout called by the Longhorns.
Texas. They won as a quarter.
The field goal that they attempted earlier in the game was of similar distance and from the same hash mark. That look can get into the head of your kicker.
And he hooked that one.
He hooked that one far left. Excuse me, I was wrong. I thought this was the make earlier to tie the game from the left hash mark. You see he's got that natural draw. This was the miss, and the draw misses to the left. Now he's on the right hash mark with that natural draw.
Freshman, walk-on, Chase McGrath. From 43 yards away. Clean snap, good hold. Ball game.
Final score, USC 27, Texas 24.
To 24, the final. Another classic between these two legendary programs. And down on the field, our Jenny Taft is with Coach Helton.
Guys, thank you. Coach, two legendary teams. We knew that there would be hype. I don't know if anyone could have predicted this. What did you make of tonight?
Yeah, credit to Texas. What a class act program. Came out here and fought. And credit to our kids for making plays down the stretch. That's what great teams do if you're trying to win championships. You're going to be in one of these games, and you're going to have to execute at the end, and they did.
You told us before tonight special teams had to step up. Chase McGrath, your walk-on freshman, just won this thing for you guys. What can you say about that performance?
He's getting ready to get the biggest hug from me he's ever had in his life. But what a valiant effort from a freshman to do his job and help his Trojan family.
And we forget Sam Darnold, only his 13th start tonight. His teammates describe him as having a calmness. What did you see from his poise tonight?
Well, with 45 seconds left and no timeouts and having to go the distance, you always have hope with Sam Darnold, and he proved it once again how great he is when the lights are the brightest.
Can we make this one a tradition?
Yeah, this is great.
All right, enjoy, Coach. Thank you. Gus?
All right, thank you very much. Our progressive performance of the game goes to the freshman walk-on place kicker, Chase McGrath.
The game was on his foot twice, and he came through both times. First in regulation to tie this thing and take it to overtime. There's not a more pressure kick that he'll ever hit in his life. And then there to win it in a tie ball game in double overtime. And he retains the perfect season for USC. What a game, partner. What a game.
The first field goals of his career. Wow. The final score here at the Los Angeles Coliseum. USC defeats Texas in overtime, 27-24. Rob Stone and the guys will be back with more post-game coverage from the Coliseum after these messages.
There's a reason you have kickers on your roster. True freshman walk-on kickers from where, Matt Leinart?
Hey, modern day high school, baby. That's how we do it.
A 31-yarder as time expired to force overtime at 17s, and then the kid drills one from 43 to give number 4 USC a 27-24 victory. Rob Stone, Robert Smith, Matt Leinart, Coach Dave Wonsat here with you. Sam Darnold, kind enough to join us live on the set, and let's let the two Trojan QBs talk first.
Sam, it's the last drive of the game. Texas comes down and scores, about 40 seconds left, and you have no timeouts. Take us through that game-tying drive there in the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we've done it multiple times in practice. We practice it every Friday, 2-minute drives, so I guess we just went out there and did exactly like we did in practice, but, you know, stakes were a little higher, but just continuing to execute. I couldn't give enough credit to our guys, the way they prepared all week. and they're ready for a battle, and that's what we got out of a great Texas program.
But, you know, I've heard so much about how calm your demeanor is, and, you know, I see you sitting here right now, and it seems like you haven't played a game or anything
no smile.
like that. There's not, well, and I want to point out, after the game, everybody's chasing after the kicker. You're going and shaking hands with the Texas players. What's going through your mind right now? Do you feel relief, or are you just saying, hey, just another step along the path?
No, that wasn't just another step. You know, that was a great Texas team, and again, credit goes out to them. They prepared, obviously, really well, and they gave us fits in the first half and the second half. But, yeah, I mean, just like I said, continuing to do what we do in practice. I like to try to keep my poise just so when I make a throw like I did to Deontay over here, I don't gun it and, you know, overthrow him or anything. But it was just such a great game. It was awesome to be a part of.
Hey, Sam, let me ask you, you know, last week was such a big win versus Stanford. Was it the preparation? Was it good this week, or did Texas do something different tonight? Did they change up their fronts? Did they blitz more or less? I mean, why? I mean, you know, because you struggled a little bit as a team on offense, aren't we?
Right. I mean, that's just the thing is we knew they were going to bring a lot of different pressures, a lot of different looks, but and they did mix it up like we knew they were going to. So I think that was the biggest thing. Great defensive coordinator over there at Texas. He knows what he's doing for sure. But it was an awesome battle, and it was cool to see our defense step up the way they did. And you know, with these games, we're just going to continue to learn from them, and you can't really do anything else than that.
So, Sam, you guys force overtime. What was the message to the offense? First play, you had an immediate strike to take the lead, but what did Clay Helton say to you guys as you organized yourself for overtime?
Just to continue to play. He knows that we prepare really hard to play in overtime, and we take all those reps. So we knew the shots when they were going to come, and that we had to take advantage of them. And we did that, and I'm so happy that Deontay came down with it.
You know who he found, didn't you?
At the back of the end zone here. Watch this.
Where does he go to?
35.
I had to be cool right there.
No. Oh, that's awesome.
Just the resilience of this team, Sam. Just what's it going to be like in this locker room? Now, obviously, you got Pac-12 play, your kicker, all these things. Are you excited to go give some hugs to your teammates?
Yeah, I'm excited to go celebrate with them. To be honest, I haven't yet. I went straight to the Texas team and gave props like I knew that, you know, they deserved. So I'm excited to go celebrate with them and have a great time.
Sam, go celebrate. You guys have very little time to bounce back. No bye weeks for you guys through the course of the regular season. Congratulations. Go enjoy a Saturday night in that locker room. Sam Darnold, wonderful performance. Again, kind of a ho-hum game until the final 3 minutes of each half and overtime. That's where we saw all the scoring outside of one field goal. Double overtime win for number 4 USC. The Longhorns thought they had it. Sam Darnold and company driving the field, getting the field goal to force overtime, and then double overtime. A fumble and then a money field goal from a freshman walk-on. USC wins it 27-24.